What is up, y'all? Welcome back to GWB Check Point. We have a special episode for y'all. If you do not see the clothing that we have, this is the Game Awards 2023 episodes where we're doing predictions. We're giving out our own awards. We're seeing what, other people are going to guess. I don't know. It's going to be an awesome episode. Once again, I am Brandon, a.k.a. Kid Cass, along with...
It's your boy, Get Gully, a.k.a. Mr. GG's. Get good, everybody. And we also have...
What's up, y'all? It's Jordy, back again, cozy couch vibes, dressed up too. I had to still put on my Crocs, though, if y'all can see it, because I couldn't wear the heels on set. I'm sorry for y'all. But, yeah, we're good. We're excited, and I'm so excited to get to these votes for the Game Awards. But we do have the fourth member of our team.
What's up, y'all? Boys going out. Khadeem, Thaddeus, Keeper of Games. Great time. Looking forward to the Game Awards.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, he need to drop a mixtape.
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, future. I know, right?
Hey,
Got the
Dirty Sprite
ASMR
3.
going for y'all.
Hey.
Just
Look, I'm trying to tell y'all. But once again, I think we should get straight to our predictions. Now, there are a lot of different types of nominations. What do they call that? Like, is it just types of nominations?
Categories.
Categories.
I was like, what's the word? Right? There are a ton of different categories that the Game Awards are going to give awards for. Obviously, Game of the Year is the one everyone is anticipating. And I figure maybe we start with that right now.
As we should.
Off top.
Right.
Off top. Dig it
Here we
right
go.
in.
So, there are a ton of nominations. We have gone through them before, but let me make sure I know. So, the nominees for Game of the Year this year are Baldur's Gate 3, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Alan Wake 2, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Cut that. Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, and then let me see. Oh, is it Super Mario?
Wonder.
And then what's the last one? I need to put my glasses.
Resident Evil 4
Oh.
remake.
Okay.
The fact that you had me say that is just...
No, that was done on purpose. He definitely did that on purpose.
he definitely planned that, but go ahead.
Say
Yeah.
their name.
What is it, Jordan? Excuse me.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Resident Evil 4 remake. So the question for us, I'm going to ask both of y'all. We'll start with you, Gully. What is your 2023 Game of the Year?
Well, I've said it once, and I will say it again. My 2023 Game of the Year prediction is going to be Spider-Man 2.
Wow.
I know it's like unpopular opinion, but I stand on business. What did DK Metcalf say? Stand on business, okay?
That's what he did?
That's what he learned sign language so he could talk trash to people in sign language. So it's pretty dope. I'll be standing on business with Spider-Man 2. It was I'm not saying it wasn't like a revolutionary game, but it was a really good game. It was super hype. I felt like it met the expectations, and with a demographic that's so broad, from little kids to adults, it was very satisfactory amongst the whole group. So I'm going Spider-Man 2. That's my pick.
Okay. Jordy?
Yeah, I also selected Spider-Man 2 for the Game of the Year. But I just want to asterisk my selection with a little salt.
This ain't the bubble.
So, adding a little flavor to it, because I am salty about the fact that Final Fantasy was not nominated. If y'all know, you know, but if you do not, I really, really, really liked Final Fantasy 16. But this is such a hard category. I definitely think that, Spider-Man 2, Gully mentioned it already, but I think it's unique in the sense that a lot of people can play it and you don't have to put hours and hours of time into the game. And even though people do play at their own pace and things of that nature, I like that you could get through it. You didn't have to play the past games to know what was going on or anything like that. And I just thought it was an overall really fun game, but yeah.
Okay. So if Final Fantasy 16 was nominated, would that be your Game of the Year?
Is the sky blue?
Sometimes.
Absolutely, it would have been the Game of the Year. Come on now, what are we talking about? What?
Okay.
What you mean?
Look at Khadeem over there shaking his head too.
you just keep disrespecting Resident Evil 4.
What's that Gunna song, Tabrin?
Fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's, I'm about to move on, like, dang.
Right. What's your pick?
So, my pick of Game of the Year It was hard between Legend of Zelda and Baldur's Gate 3. I say Baldur's Gate 3. I think it will be picked. It's also my pick just because I think it was like a revolutionary game in the sense of the amount of choice you had in the polish and presentation with that amount of choice.
Yeah.
The replay value and just how much they put into that game. That was definitely like a labor of love. And I think it's one of those where it's just like, this is like a crowning achievement, like a masterpiece. Where the other games are just more built on like their own predecessors, you know, Marvel Spider-Man 2, right? Built off of the first Spider-Man and Miles Morales, you know, Resident Evil 4, Alan Wake 2.
Baldur's Gate 3?
Sure. But
not to mention, since he's throwing shade,
I know, right?
Baldur's Gate technically came out
No, like last year, right?
a couple of years
it
ago.
was pre-alpha.
It was not no pre-alpha.
It
Might have been alpha at
It is Street Fighter
best.
Turbo.
It was alpha.
I don't know about it.
It was alpha, and all of these games should do it because they got all the kinks out and everything. They had player feedback. These games be releasing like just whatever.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
Anyway, that's my game of the year. That's my game of the year.
Nice.
Well, let's move on because another category that we're excited about is the fighting game category. What is the best fighting game of the year? And I know everyone talked about Street Fighter 6 that came out, right? Let me switch to my glasses.
So on the fighting game category,
Thank
you
you,
have God of Rock, you have Mortal Kombat
in
1,
my life.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2,
Crazy.
Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6.
Crazy.
Like the I'm sorry.
The audacity.
The audacity.
Like,
Yes.
like,
To see Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 on the same breath as
I played it. It was fun, but like it wasn't even fully out. I think. Like I don't know.
You think they just didn't have another fighting game to choose?
That's what I feel.
Yeah,
dude.
I really think they did.
No, they got more fighting games. I think Nickelodeon broke somebody off. I think
You
Nickelodeon.
think Insomniac, was having a little pull in that?
It's
Wait,
It's
Insomniac? Is
possible.
Insomniac? Did they make
It
it?
says that's what it say on the graphic. It say Insomniac Games.
Oh, it does say
All
Insomniac.
right, I'm just
That makes
reading
even more
what's on
sense.
this, we just-
That makes even more sense.
I don't
Interesting.
know.
I don't know. Okay.
So what's your prediction for that? What is your prediction for the fighting game?
I mean, I say Mortal Kombat 1. I say Mortal Kombat 1. And for a few reasons, right? Like I think like the presentation was really cool. I like the campaign. Like sure, there's some hitches here and there, but it's like, it feels like a movie. And I feel like I don't know, it feels like a true like full game. Street Fighter 6 does as well. I think like Mortal Kombat edges it for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, for me, I did pick Street Fighter 6. It was obviously for me between Mortal Kombat 1 and Street Fighter 6. The reason why I went with Street Fighter is simply because I feel like when they World Tour for me, I felt like that was such an incredible mode. And I think that for someone who hadn't played a fighting game in so long, it allowed me to feel like comfortable enough to play, learn the skills, learn the mechanics, and just the way it was like introduced. I felt comfortable playing online. And then also like online, just what Street Fighter did at like EVO, I felt like there was so much like hype for it, the anticipation. Obviously Mortal Kombat 1 wasn't out at that point, but also I feel like the barrier of entry to play Street Fighter is a little bit less than it is Mortal Kombat 1 personally.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I think Street Fighter would be a good winner for this category.
Yeah, and I'm a second that. My pick is Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6, it was such a good game. I felt like even just the mechanics, the way it moved, the way it felt so fluid. I felt like going from Street Fighter 6 to Mortal Kombat 1, granted I know they're different games, but if Mortal Kombat 1 didn't feel as smooth as Street Fighter 6 did to me. Street Fighter 6 felt so fluid and just like the art, the style, it was beautiful to see. As opposed to Mortal Kombat, it was a little darker, which I did like the campaign mode, but it felt a little darker. Whereas opposed to Street Fighter 6, it was bright, it was vibrant, and I had plenty of L's to give out in that game. So it came with a surplus.
Really why it's disqualified.
So yeah, Street Fighter 6 for me.
Okay, Street Fighter 6. All right. Well, moving on Best performance. So best performance. What is that, Jordy? Like, what is
Yeah,
best
so best performance recognizes those voice actors and those just actors and actresses that bring the character to life, that immerse us in their world and get us tied to their just overall story in a game. So I'm really personally excited about this category because I love the nominations and I think everyone did great. Actually, in preparation for this episode, just a little sidebar before I tell you who's nominated, I listened to like every single person's voice lines before I picked.
Oh, wow. So
yeah.
that's journalism 101.
101, dedication.
I was committed to the cause. So without further ado, here's the nominations. Ben Starr for Final Fantasy 16. Cameron Monaghan, I'm sorry if I slaughtered your name, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, our boy Idris Elba, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Melanie Lee Bird for her role in Alan Wake 2, Neil Newbon in Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. So Tabron, who did you pick for best performance?
Who did I pick? You know, I'm gonna follow back up. A little switch. I'm going Idris. I went Idris. I went Idris. Can you give me a little Idris? Give me a little Idris, Cass.
Brandon Nova.
You know, I'm really happy that you decided to pick me as your best performance. You know, Geordie, I hope you would have picked me as well. I am Idris, after all, and one of the most charming men in the UK. But thank you, Tabron.
Yeah, I went with Idris. You know, hey, brothers. You said it again. I'm going for you, bro. I'm going for
hold
you.
it down.
I'll hold it down. Hey,
POP, hold it down.
POP, hold it down.
Brandon, what about you?
Idris as well.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised you didn't pick Neil.
Neil?
Neil Newbon. Mm-hmm.
Well, I just, Idris is just, he's my guy, and I really loved it. I mean, I loved the intro to Phantom Liberty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've seen, I didn't play really a lot of Phantom Liberty. From what I've seen, though, he just I don't know, he just nails it.
Felt right.
Yeah, it feels right.
Felt right.
Felt right.
He can act. He can act.
Okay, and for me, admittedly, I'm still undecided, so I'm going to pick on the spot after I tell y'all my top two. I'm sorry.
All the way to the deadline.
Yes, literally. So I either went with Ben Starr for Final Fantasy 16 and his role as Clive Rossfield. I personally felt very strongly about how Clive's character came to life in Final Fantasy 16, just the range of emotions he dealt with, from grief, loss, trying to find himself, a lot of the battles, and even toward the end with everything that happened to him. And I thought that Ben also just embodied the character really well, like as the game came out and a lot of the hype. And then, secondly, I also picked Melanie Lee Bird. Okay, I had to hold it down for my sisters. She is doing so great. I thought she was incredible as Saga. I think her last name's Saga Anderson.
It's a great game, by the way.
Yeah.
I've been playing Alan Wake 2. It's good.
Oh, my gosh,
Yeah?
I really need to
It's good.
play it. I need to play it so
Yeah.
bad.
You think it's worth the nomination now?
2 weeks in? Is it worth the nomination 2 weeks in?
It's very fourth wall breaking.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
wow.
Yeah.
gaming to actual shooting the actual people in real life.
Right.
Like they actually do a lot of footage from real life.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So it's
Okay.
It's played and shot in a very different way.
Yes. And see, we love that insight
Yeah.
from our resident historian.
Thank you.
He knows everything.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
be
the
talking
keeper of
more with
game
the
for a
voices
reason.
gone.
Keeper of games.
Yeah, no, we get you.
Yeah,
Come on, keeper.
and just from what I heard from Melanie and the way her compassion for what's happening in the game, I felt that was really good. And also, and again, I haven't played it. I just listened to a YouTube video full of voice lines and things like that. It really seemed like she really took on the character in a really special way. And obviously, as a female protagonist, being stacked up against these guys in these games, she definitely held her own. And so I'm going to go with Ben Starr. Just because I haven't played Alan Wake 2, I'm sorry, Melanie. But I really thought that this character was so fantastic. I cried so many times in this game just from his like moments that I really loved it. So yeah, that's best performance. Y'all let us know in the comment section too what y'all think and who should win these categories, especially this one for best performance.
Definitely.
This was all of our Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I know, dang.
Okay. Listen.
Okay, what's next? We have the best ongoing games.
Best ongoing.
Best on.
Yeah.
What a
Yes.
topic. What a topic. What a category.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What a category. I've never heard of that category being ever done ever, but I do love it. It's
Best
pretty
ongoing
interesting.
TV show.
Right, exactly. Like, okay.
I mean, to be fair, No Man's Sky has won this like 3 times in a row.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because No Man's Sky was like, I wouldn't say 3 times, at least 2 times in a row, because they were gone for a very long time. Everyone thought that game was dead.
Yeah,
And
I mean the updates.
the updates, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's why I kept winning it. So
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Okay, so what do we have now? I'm gonna try to read them here. So for best ongoing games, the nominees are Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. I'll be honest with you, it was like the same size.
Oh, it is.
They were the same size.
Trying to help a brother out.
I know, and I appreciate it. I love
Effort was there. Effort was there.
Okay, so Jordy, best
Yeah.
ongoing game for you.
Okay, so I'm excited because I picked Cyberpunk 2077. I think you were actually the one that mentioned it, Brandon, but Cyberpunk is the only single-player game in this category. And I also feel like, in all honesty, the other games, they've been out for a while, and it's not that I don't think they're amazing, but Cyberpunk had to basically, like, carry the game out of, like, not ashes, but for lack of better words, I
The
would say
trenches. The
the
trenches,
trenches,
that's for sure.
maybe that, ashes, trenches, whatever y'all think. And it had to, like, bring this game just back into the forefront and the spotlight.
Edge Runners helped.
And yeah, Edge Runners did help too.
Yeah, it did.
But I really feel like it is such a good game. There's still more updates coming. And just as someone who just recently started playing it again, I think it's really fantastic. I haven't seen anything too game breaking, but it's a really good game, and I think it deserves this award because of its originality and everything. So I hope it wins personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty new to the game, admittedly, but I'm voting Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I'm voting Fortnite.
Battle Royale.
I was one of those, like, I was on Fortnite the way I'm on One Piece now. I'm just like, I'm not doing it because everybody's doing it. But these two, I played with them and I was like, oh, I actually had fun. So since then,
Yes.
I've actually been going in more of my own, trying to get good.
Okay,
you
sneaking
know,
on.
Trying to
Love
sneak on.
that.
I've been in a little timeshare a little bit and I've been having a lot of fun. So I'm going to go with Fortnite.
Wow.
It's just, a guilty fun.
Yeah.
The fourth wall breaking that it does is insane.
Yeah.
Peter
Yeah.
Griffin now.
Yeah, Peter. Yeah, it's like they're in on it. It's like all
they
they're
just-
they're
anybody
in
you
on
think
it.
of
Yeah.
in that game at this point.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's like we're going full in. We're getting all the IPs.
All of them.
Rocket League now, Lego.
Yeah, they don't care.
Lego
Yeah,
is great.
yes. The Lego is crazy. The rocket. Yes.
Rock Band pretty much is in it now. With
Yeah,
the Guitar Hero,
yeah.
like little add-on for the.
They-
They doing whatever they want.
They doing
all the time.
whatever
They
they
literally
want.
got something for everyone.
I
there.
hope the voting happened before all of that season stuff, that new stuff came out. But I don't know
If it didn't,
did.
it's a wrap.
If it
But-
didn't, it's
Yeah,
We'll see.
for sure.
We'll
but-
see. I mean, but like the OG season was huge.
Yeah.
It was.
So it was. I think they got their peak players ever.
Yep.
And so I think that was during voting. So maybe that also pushed it.
Yep.
I also chose Fortnite. It's actually one of my favorite games ever. To be honest with you, I've been playing it since day zero. Have lulls here and there.
Greatest fiction and greatest game of all time. Go ahead. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. One Piece, the greatest fiction, and that's
Right,
the greatest
he's
game.
know, yeah,
waiting
exactly.
on it.
Go ahead.
Fortnite is Fortnite is a fantastic game. I think it is. I'll say this. I think it's the greatest free multiplayer game ever, because in my opinion, they have consistently pushed the envelope. Like, you might not like it, you might not agree with it, but they have the best microtransactions, in my opinion. Like, the battle pass is extremely fair. People try to copy it and they have failed right? I mean, they made their money, but like everyone's always trashing. They never trashed Fortnite's Battle Pass, right? But it's also not pay to win. It's never been pay to win. You go in and you if you don't pay nothing, you're on the same level as everyone else.
That's a great point. I think that's why I like, because I started so late. And I don't feel like I'm so much further behind. Like, I can still hold my own jumping on for the first time because I understand, like, third-person shooting mechanic.
Yep.
So I can, like, play competitively as opposed to so many other games which is it's pay to win.
Pay to win, and there's so many like items in there to kind of like equalize things.
Yeah.
Too, kind of like it's like the Mario Kart of like shooting games.
I didn't even realize that till you said it. That's so true. That's so true. That's why
To
I
me,
like
it's
it.
broken like every licensing idea that I've ever thought of. Like, because licensing-wise, it does not make sense.
No.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense how they got all these licenses.
It doesn't.
Still to this day.
Money.
I'm still
It's
confused.
money.
Of course. So everything has a price. Fortnite
Yeah.
is literally the epitome of everything has a price. Because
Exactly.
there's no way. Like, the emotes have the literally licensed music to it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. You remember when we were like, who was that? Epic Games was going head to head with Apple. We were like, come on, Epic Games, the little guy. We're like, no, that's a
That's a
huge
billionaire,
company.
bro.
That's a
I'm
huge
not. I
company.
was not tricked. I was like, if y'all got money, this is billionaire versus
A lot
billionaire.
of people were like, yeah, let's go
That's
for the little
true.
guy, Epic Games. But like, nah, they got money.
I ain't no sympathy.
Yeah, my last one in this category before we move on is just it's hard for like ongoing in my opinion because it's like without looking at the past years too, like are we just looking at this year and what it's done culturally, like the game. So I always feel like that's tricky. I'm just glad I'm not a voter because I'd be like, what do I pick?
Yeah.
Literally.
Right.
So,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. All right. So moving on to the most anticipated games of the year.
Now, this is a funny category because most anticipated, it basically comes down to like who has a better marketing team.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's what essentially like. What
Right.
game has a better marketing team?
Right.
So those are funny because what in this category? What topics do we have?
I got you right here. Here we go.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. So on this one we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8.
Stuff.
That's I mean, those are some anticipated games. I'm not even gonna lie.
This is such an interesting category to me because it's almost like a popularity contest.
Definitely.
Is essentially what you're saying. Like, I just think anticipation. Like, how do we judge anticipation of the entire gaming community based on the small number of people who get a vote? Like, their anticipation might be different from mine because I really like open world exploration type vibes
Yeah,
or like a good
wild.
story, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's a very interesting category. But
Maybe that is the popular vote.
we'll
one,
bite.
though.
No,
Yeah,
I
we'll
doubt
bite.
it. You know?
I'll play.
I'll bite.
Yeah. Well, I'll just start because I said first.
Yeah.
For me, like I think this might be the obvious winner, but maybe not. I think Hades 2
Yeah.
is the most anticipated. Hades was a surprise hit. It kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That game.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah.
Love Hades.
Everybody swears by that game.
Yeah, it's a great
Love it.
game. I've never beat it or anything, but like it definitely.
70 hours for me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Khadeem,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
your most
yeah.
anticipated game.
That's definitely it.
Crazy
Really?
enough, it's not.
It's not.
Really?
On this list, as much as I want Hades 2, it is not the most anticipated.
Oh, we're gonna have to figure that
Okay.
out.
It's not even gonna win it. It's not gonna win. I know it's gonna win. I already know. But we'll
What
talk
is
about it
it? Say your pick.
No, I'll wait till after.
Okay.
wait.
Well, I'll just
He'll
say
wait to tell us we're wrong.
No, Hades 2, man. I mean, it got Game of the Year for a few games. I think it might have gotten the Game Awards Game of the Year that year.
I don't think it did. It won a lot of awards that year, but
Yeah.
it didn't win Game of the Year.
Yeah. Well, I know for some publications they did Game of the Year for
Sure.
Hades,
100%.
and yeah, I think people are talking about it a lot, so that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, it's my turn. So my game that I picked for most anticipated this year, in all honesty, on this list, it's not my most anticipated game personally, which maybe I picked a bad pick, but I picked Star Wars Outlaws mainly because I feel like I think it's the first open world Star Wars game ever.
Oh wow.
And so I think that there's going to be a large fan base of people
Definitely.
that maybe are not like just traditional gamers through and through. It is a Ubisoft game as well, so we know their experience with the open world. And so I think that they might draw a large fan base of just general Star Wars fans. And obviously, Star Wars fans are like generational. Like they played.
Yeah.
So like, I really think that this game might be a sleeper pick. Because I would also personally love to explore the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I think that'd be really fun. So yeah, that's the one I'm gonna pick.
Okay.
I like it.
That's a solid pick. So I mean, I know this is the most anticipated game is definitely Grand Theft Auto 6, like forever.
I think
but like
it's
it's
like game that comes out next year.
I know it's like but I'm just saying like it's even though it's like,
Kadeem's
but I know I'm just saying.
Kadeem's like, let me check you.
I know check
Like,
it real quick. That's his job. But
2024.
so my most anticipated game is gonna be Tekken 8. You know, I'm about the hands, and Tekken is one. It's the fighting game.
It is.
As far as like, you
It
know,
is. It's my number one.
yeah, it's
my
the
number one.
fighting game.
Yeah, I like there's no blast.
no blast, no projectiles.
Nothing
Let
but
me see what
hands.
them hands is talking about.
Hands and combos.
Hands
you
and
gotta
combos.
know what you're doing in there.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
So I like that because you know, like that's usually where I like differentiate myself as a gamer. Like my stick skills are very, that's, you know, where I make myself, you know, I make my wins. So Tekken 8 is definitely my most anticipated for the next year.
Okay.
Nice. Good
I
pick.
love it.
Yeah, but so what's gonna win though, Kadeem?
Yeah, what you got?
Unfortunately, it's gonna be Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I think that's
look,
mine.
Look, unfortunately, listen, and I love Final Fantasy VII. I'm a huge fan of the series.
Yeah.
And I know how this works. It's
Yeah.
You said it's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited about finally getting to the open world version of the remakes.
Yes.
Oh, that's what that is?
That's what this is now.
Yes.
We're finally out of Midgar. We're out. We're out of Midgar. We're just walking around. We're doing everything that we did growing up as a kid when you finally got out of Midgard for the first time and walked around the open world. That is what we're getting now.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's too
he's
easy.
right. I want to switch my pick.
I'm sorry.
I'm switching.
I love Hades. I really do. I really, really love that. And I think it's only dropping in a pre-release anyway. I think it's like a pre-alpha that's dropping for
Yeah.
Hades 2.
Yeah.
So it's not even going to be the full game yet
Yeah.
when it comes out next year. So it's not.
See?
Yeah.
That just goes to show you. Most anticipated game next year is a Final Fantasy title. And Final
But it's
Fantasy
not 7. Sorry.
did not get nominated.
Not 7.
It ain't the one you seen.
Not
Man.
7.
Oh my
Your
goodness.
boy ain't got blonde hair last time I checked. There's only one. There's only one cloud last time I
cloud
checked.
strife. Giving you strife.
Listen.
Okay, all right. And then the final one that we're looking at is the Content Creator of the Year.
Yes, so we do have Content Creator of the Year, and essentially this one's pretty self-explanatory, I would say. It recognizes that creators that they said, quote-unquote, according to the Game Awards, have made a positive impact in the industry of gaming. That's how they define the category. Okay. Not gaming while black. So the nominations for Content Creator of the Year are Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse is a VTuber, for those that do not know. People Make Games, Quackity, Spreen, and Cypher PK.
I've heard of one of these.
I've
Yeah.
heard of two.
One for me.
Just one.
I've heard of two. So let's start this time with Tabor.
Oh, so my pick is just more or less my pick is a question. Like, where are we at?
That's
Like,
what I'm
where
saying.
are we at? There's
Snubbed.
There's not one black creator out of all the waves and the noise that black people and black creators have made this year. We can't get one. And I like I said, I don't know these creators, so I don't want to hate on them. But all I hear is Cypher PK has been doing the same content since day one.
Yeah, I don't know what changed with Cypher PK. I mean, I like his content, but like he's not even a variety streamer. He just
Yeah.
streams Fortnite. I don't even think he's the best Fortnite streamer. So I don't think
Yeah, so I'm predicting disappointment. That's my
Ooh.
prediction.
Wow.
I'm
Good
predicting
prediction.
disappointment for like, just I don't want to say the Game Awards, so whatever
Yeah.
like that, but just like, come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and especially like the definition of it all is about impact in the industry. And like it's nothing against like these channels because again, like I'm not familiar with Spreen, Quackity, and I just quickly looked up People Make Games. It looks like it's like a journalism outlet in Britain. But I have not really seen the impact of what these creators have done. So like for me personally, if I were to add a gaming creator or collective, since a collective made the list, I would have put RDC on there.
Go off.
Right.
Because of
Easy.
like you see the impact they've done with DreamCon this year.
Yeah.
Like this who put this in like, oh my gosh, who put this
Look
in?
at our resident star.
Oh
Look
my
at
god!
that.
I literally. Oh my gosh.
Good job. Good job, guys.
We got you, Jordy. We got you. Don't even worry. We got you.
That's my creator of the year.
That's my creator. Yeah,
My
I
creator of
changed
the
my
year.
pick.
I changed my pick
Again.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I will happily accept the award on their behalf. I think that their impact is not just like their video content. It's also about like showing up and being accepted for who you are at like DreamCon in a space that's inclusive for everybody. So like that is impact. 20,000 people showed up to a convention, and like I'm sorry, like nobody else really did like a convention of that scale.
Nope.
So like that's inclusivity. You
That's
know,
crazy.
that's
That's kinda
That is
crazy.
crazy when you
Put it
think
in that
about it.
perspective. Just put it in
That's
that
kinda
one
crazy.
What was the
perspective.
growth
Right.
the year before? What was the growth last year?
It was like
It was
5,000.
5,000.
To what was it this year?
20
20,000,
plus.
22
That's a
plus,
4
20
times.
plus.
Of getting
20
people to
plus
show
for
up
sure.
Right.
IRL, real life,
Right.
in hot
and it
Texas.
was a gaming. It was a hot Texas, not you playing my state.
It wasn't that hot. It wasn't that hot that weekend. You just run hot, Tabor. You run hot.
Not you playing my state.
Put your fan on, Tabor.
Hot ass
Put your fan on.
blazing
You
Texas.
telling me it's not that hot? Bro, it was 112 easily.
Put your
We
swamp
were
Texas.
in the AC.
Jordy, tell him to put his fan on.
Yeah, turn the fan back.
Turn your
Yeah,
goddamn
yeah,
fan.
Hey,
Turn your
hey,
neck fan.
hey,
on.
all y'all
Turn your
turn,
neck
y'all
fan
all
on.
my fans, so let's go.
Oh,
We go
Here
like
we
that.
go.
I know that's
Shit, I'm in a
right.
tux right now. I'm talking,
Exactly.
I'm talking wild.
Turn your neck fan on, bro.
But
your
if
neck
we're,
fan
if we're really talking about impact, like they were guests at other conventions, and all these people I think have been guests, but like they held their own creator convention to make an impact.
Yes.
Like let's talk about that. And it was a gaming, anime, nerd style convention.
It was beautiful.
So
Absolutely
I
beautiful.
think that there is like not a lot of creators that are doing that or standing on that position. So
Standing on business.
Standing
Yeah.
on business.
Standing on business.
Standing on so
Truly.
many categories. They had basketball there. They had
Yeah.
dodgeball. You had gaming. You had cosplay. And that's the thing about it. It's not just gaming creator. It's content creator.
Yeah.
So they're creating content amongst multiple.
Had a
Right.
tournament. Had
right.
a Mortal
and they
Kombat
still
tournament.
stream, they
That
still
who won?
create gaming content too.
Yep.
But
Also-
it's bigger than that.
Also a basketball game.
Right.
Also a dodgeball game.
Yeah.
Also, look, those guys do everything.
Everything.
At that con. It's an incredible con. If you
Yeah.
have not gone, you have to go
Yeah.
and see what's happening there.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Right.
It is incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
Brandon, what about you?
Yeah,
what do
who's
you
your-
take on that?
No, I mean it's
nomination?
it's the same as y'all's. Shaking my head is what I put there. But like honestly, I would change mine to RDC for all the reasons that you said as well. And it's really wild. I mean, I don't know what powers that be created those nominations. Shout out to
Sure.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to the money. But
fine.
yeah, RDC, that's definitely they're doing their thing. They're doing their thing, but shout out to the other nominees who I never heard of y'all till now, but that's fine. Yeah. No hate.
I've heard of Quackity for some other reason. I don't even
Yeah.
know why I've heard that name. Other than that, that's all I got. All I got.
And I know I'm going to change my vote back to RDC. And I also want to shout out the work that we've done with RDC. GWB, we've also put out content,
That's
Gamers
right.
in the Wild with them. We also
right.
did the Real Change Challenge, Mortal Kombat tournament. That RDC was there, and like being able to interact with them personally, like they're the-
shout out to us.
Hey, shout out to us because we know them. But no, big RDC, you guys are amazing, and like we've interacted with them, such like the dopest people. It's like so humble, so like yeah. So
Yep. Shout
give
out
them
to
all
them.
a shine.
For sure.
Yep. And shout out to Jordy as well.
Oh yeah,
Jordy.
Can't forget
Jordy.
Thank you.
Daisy.
I'm gonna start saying Jordy like Cardi.
Daisy.
All right, y'all. I mean, I think it's about time. I don't have a watch, all right? But I think it's about time for us to head over to the Game Awards 2023.
So excited.
Yeah.
So excited. We're about to get ready, get ready.
Looking very dapper. Very dapper.
And Jordan, you look lovely. You are going to be
Oh,
killing
thank
them on the
you.
carpet today.
Thank you. I've got my little rap going. Y'all, I'm so excited. I hope everyone's dressed up because I've been hearing that some people don't, some people do. But we gotta stunt on them a little bit.
Yeah,
GWB.
no,
We
of
gotta
course.
do what we do.
GWB, we
Uh-huh.
gotta show out.
We gotta show out. We gotta show out. But hey, if you guys are ready, I'm ready. I say we just head there right now.
I say we just go. Make sure we're going to be going live, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Hey, thank y'all again for showing up. This is a special episode of GWB Check Point, the Game Awards edition. We will see y'all next time. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. And what are our socials, Tabrin?
make sure you follow us on all socials at GWB Show and also GWB.podcast on TikTok as well, because we have 2 TikToks, at GWB Show and at GWB.podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. We will see you after the Game Awards. Peace.
Yeah.